Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Tales from the Rails, Episode 12, Traction Engine Tension. On the island of Sodor, there are two traction engines. One, his name is Fergus. He is a railway traction engine and is painted purple. He enjoys his life on the island and works at the cement works most of the time. Then there's Trevor the traction engine. He is not a railway traction engine, but he does just as much as Fergus does, as helping in the harbor, or pulling children to festivals by road. There are two types of traction engines on the island of Sodor. One's name is Fergus. He is a railway traction engine and runs the rails. He usually works at the cement works, but when he doesn't, he's always at Brandon Docks. One day, Trevor was pulling logs out of a field when Fergus arrived. As soon as they made eye contact, they were instantly enemies. Once they made eye contact, they were instantly surprised. "What?" said Fergus. "Hello there. Are you a traction engine?" "Yes, indeed," said Trevor. "I run the roads." "Wow, you run the rails. You must be a railway traction engine." "Indeed," said Fergus. "I enjoy my rails. They are probably much better than your roads. Much more smoother, much quicker." Trevor instantly became cross. "Roads are just as good as rails." "Oh, please," said Fergus. "Rails are better than roads any day." And with that, he puffed away, leaving Trevor in a heap of steam. Said Trevor. "Roads are better than rails." Said Trevor. "Roads are better than rails. That's preposterous. I love my roads as much as I love the rails." And with that, Trevor carried on with his log. The next day, Trevor was resting in Farmer McColl's field when Fergus pulled by. "Hello again," said Fergus. "Are you still liking your wheels in dirt?" "Well then," said Trevor, "you're still on the roads versus rails." "Well, I prefer either or, 'cause I can go on either or." "All right," said Fergus. "Prove it one day. We'll see who's more useful." And with that, he puffed away again, leaving Trevor in confusion. "Ha," said Fergus. "Railway traction engines beat regular traction engines any day." "Ha," said Fergus. "Railway traction engines can beat regular traction engines any day." "I'm starting to think this Fergus guy is a little too competitive," said Trevor. "Well, tomorrow I'll show him who's boss." The next day, Fergus was pulling passengers. He arrived at Ellsworth Station to find Trevor there. "Oh, hello again," said Trevor. "I was just here to try out my rail wheels." "What?" said Fergus. Just then Trevor rolled up a ramp onto the rails. "As you can see," said Trevor, "I am a railway traction engine and a regular old traction engine. My wheels aren't stuck in the mud anymore, aren't they?" Fergus became cross. "Well, that still doesn't prove anything," said Fergus. "Let's see you pull a train, or even pull my train right here." "Will do," said Trevor happily. Trevor soon headed off with Fergus's passengers. "What a funny traction engine he is," said Fergus. Trevor just sped down the line. Later that day, Fergus was pulling some rock from cement works. "Pa," he said, "traction engines and their two-way wheels. It's such a joke." Fergus wasn't thinking what he was doing, and he came around the bend too fast, and he slid off the rails, uncoupling from his train and into a field. "Oh, disgusting mud in my wheels now," he said. Trevor came racing to the rescue. Trevor then bumped the cars out of the way and said hello to Fergus. "I'm sorry I created such a grudge between us," said Fergus. "It's okay," said Trevor. "I don't really mind. I like road or rails. They're both equally fine." Fergus then laughed. "I do sort of like this." He started to move his wheels a little bit. Kind of feels free compared to always being on rails. Yeah, said Trevor. That's why I'm either or. But I do miss my road right now. And I do miss my rail, said Fergus. Friends, said Trevor. Friends, said Fergus. The traction engine friends, he said. The next day, Trevor went back to the fields. And Fergus went back to rails. Fergus then smelled the air. Ah, it's good to be back, said Fergus. And then Trevor gave a whiff of the air. Ah, it is good to be back indeed, he said. That night, they met at the level crossing. Hello, fellow traction engine, and hello to you. You know, said Fergus, it's great being a traction engine. Rather road or rail. Or both, said Trevor, and they both laughed. Hooray to traction engine, said Trevor. Hooray to traction engine, said Fergus in reply.